Sweetwater Mountain, a member of the Long Hair Clan, number 10, Zoe Schuler. And from Tallulah, number 12, Kelsey Waldrew. And from the top of Sweetwater Mountain, number 14, Ivy Whitfield Odom. And a member of the Wolf Clan, from Massey Ranch, number 15, Phoebe Ratlow. And a member of the Wolf Clan, number 16, Aubrey Wachacha. And para Coronas, Puerto Rico, número 20, Keika Suavemente Jimenez. Ladies and gentlemen, these are your Robbinsville Black Knights. At this time, if you could and if you would, please stand. Let's honor our country. With the playing of our national anthem, please remove your headgear and hats.
And we welcome you to Robbinsville High School. We've got varsity volleyball action on the way as the Lady Knights are hosting Cherokee for the pink game, folks. Good to have you with us here on Facebook Live, your exclusive home for Robbinsville athletics all season long. Opening introductions are out of the way, and Robbinsville ready for the rematch against Cherokee. Everybody all pinked out tonight for the breast cancer awareness game. Great crowd on hand tonight as well here in Robbinsville. And we're just about set to go here in Robbinsville. Lady Knights are all fired up, and for good reason, coming into this game tonight with an outstanding record of 14-2 this season. Only losses so far this year have came at the hands of Murphy, and a 5-set loss at Franklin the very next day, as a matter of fact, from that Murphy game. Murphy will be here Thursday in what will essentially be the Smoky Mountain Conference title game, as Robbinsville looks for at least a share of the crown this season. Like we're just about set to go, Cherokee will be serving first. Creedon Arch, a sophomore for the Lady Braves, will begin things tonight here in Robbinsville. And thank you once again for tuning in wherever you may be here on Facebook Live. Good serve goes to Hallie Anderson. Set and a push by Odom. And that shot's going to hit the net. 1-0 Robbinsville. And a great student section on hand tonight for the Lady Knights. Robbinsville cheerleaders in the house as well. Very festive atmosphere this evening here in Graham County. Good reception there by Brooms, and the ball just simply drops. 2-0 Robbinsville. Lady Knights out for a measure of revenge, as we mentioned. The only team so far in the conference to push them to 4 sets. Cherokee actually took set 1 during the September 22nd trip to Cherokee. But right now, Robbinsville cooking. It's 3-0 here in set 1. Ivy Lou Odom, one of the 6 Robbinsville seniors, back at the line to serve. And a good reception there by Cherokee. Set for Ayers. Here comes Kinsley Phillips on the outside. And effort no good. Nice scramble by the Lady Braves. But it's 4-0 here in set 1. Another good serve by Odom, but it's going to go just a little bit out of bounds. Close call there. And Aoi Walking Stick, sophomore for Cherokee, serves now. Lady Braves doing their part to support things tonight as well, wearing their pink attire. Neon pink. Break it out one time a year and for a good cause. We'll try to get to the final gate to you tonight here from Robbinsville, but it should be exceptional. Odom with the return for the Lady Knights. Shot there on the outside. Kinsley Phillips with a tip, and the ball will remain in play. Tip there by Hermione Ward is no good, and it's 5-1 Lady Knights. Kinsley Phillips jogs back to the serving line for her first time tonight. And that was going to drop flat in front of Cretin Arch, 6-1. And Cherokee's going to take a second to think about things here in Graham County. Throughout the evening, they will be holding some special contests on the court. People can pay to serve the ball and hit prizes on the other side of the net and do all they can to raise money for our local cancer support group here in Graham County. Ball still in play. Jimenez with a good shot in the middle. Ball will remain active, though. Tipped by Coco Wells. And Allie Ayers unable to get the ball past Alexis Davis, who gave Robbinsville all sorts of fits during the road match on the 22nd of September. And she's going to serve now. Davis, a freshman for the Lady Braves, and a powerful force at middle hitter. Kinsley Phillips on the reception. Odom to Hallie Anderson. And the ball gets returned. Shot straight to Odom. Ayers to Arch. Walking Stick passes the ball over to Wells. And a push. What a slam there by Delaney Brooms. Shutting down Cherokee's hopes and dreams on that volley. As it is 7-2 here in set 1. We're going to need a moment for Kinsley Phillips to tie her shoe. And we're set to go. Yeka Jimenez, another senior for Robbinsville, set to serve. And on the return there was Aria first, I should say. And they're going to call the point for Cherokee. Robbinsville signaling a tip. And their pleas are going completely ignored by the officials. Not even going to take a second to review it. So it's 7-3 here in set number 1 as Julia Marie Lano comes up for the first time tonight to serve for Cherokee. Phillips on the reception. Allier sets Brooms with a hard spike, shutting that one down before it had a chance to get going. And it's 8-3 here in set 1. For Alliers. Ayers hits it to the libero. That is a shot there. Ball still in play. Phillips and Anderson making sure that ball was covered. Odom's tip throws the Cherokee front row for a loop. 9-3 Robbinsville here in set number 1. As the homecoming queen, Allie Ayers, prepares to serve again for the Lady Knights. Ayers crowned Friday night during halftime festivities under the Big Oaks. Delaney Brooms with another hard shot. And that sends the Cherokee defense into a fit, but they're able to scramble and recover. Zoe Schuler taking a shot. And Schuler with a good read, back right corner of the court. That was the place to drop it. And it is a 10-3 Robbinsville lead here in set number 1. Ayers serving again. Nice serve to the back row. And a little miscommunication at the net by First and walking stick. Cherokee now trailing by 8. That one's going to drop, and Ayers will record her first ace of the game. Just last week against Natahala, Robbinsville took care of business, but more importantly, and what we were going to mention, Ayers had 17 aces in that matchup against the Lady Hawks. An impressive stat no matter how you dice it up. That serve that time, though, turns the ball over to Cherokee, 12-4. Robbinsville still up by 8. Phillips to Ivy Odom. Back row seems to be having some minor communication issues right now for the Lady Knights. Brooms, hard shot, it'll go out. As a pair of Carpenters sprint out of the way on the baseline. It is 12-5. Serving Coco Wells for the Lady Braves. Set, tip, point Cherokee. Cannot give these guys any kind of opening. Mackenzie Reed in the middle there with a tip. Cuts the lead literally in two now, just like that, is 12-6. Robbinsville did lead 12-3. Brooms and Schiller swap the ball back and forth. Ball back in Lady Braves territory. Shot by Aria First. They're going to call it out. Point Robbinsville. 13-6 for sophomore Delaney Brooms as she heads back to serve. And she'll send an ace screaming over the net. Brooms likes to get in the zone at the serving line. 14-6 your score here in set one. Another nice serve. It's in. Well, the line judge settled it in, but they called it out. So it's 14-7 here in set one. I beg your pardon. First with the serve for Cherokee. And a hard smack in the middle by Schuler goes wide. 14-8. Seems like every time Robbinsville gets a little momentum going, Cherokee pieces together a mini rally just to make things interesting. Kinsley Phillips there on the bump back over the net. Big block at the net, nicely done. Good work there by Zoe Schuler and Ivy Odom. Libero Hallie Anderson goes back to serve now for Robbinsville. Who wants it? Walking stick eventually gets the return. Jimenez with another nice kill up front. And the Lady Knights leading 16-8 here in set one. That ball manages to trickle over the net. Nobody for Robbinsville is ready for that. Mackenzie Reed tipped that one over on a prayer, and it worked. Ball is back in Cherokee's possession, 16-9 in favor of Robbinsville. Don't forget, fans, we'll be back with you Thursday. Lady Knights welcoming the Murphy Lady Bulldogs to town for the home finale. It'll be senior night, as Robbinsville hopes to at least clinch a share of the Smoky Mountain Conference title this year. Jimenez, another huge kill in the middle. Phillips needs another moment to sort out her shoelaces. Friday, the varsity Black Knights will travel to Cherokee for the Smoky Mountain Conference opener. Kickoff is at 7:30. We will do our very best to have that one for you here on Facebook Live. Jimenez looking for her fourth kill of the set. Comes up a little short there. Ball still in play, though. And Ayers mistiming her steps there. Gives Cherokee a point. 17-10 is your score. Good serve goes to Kinsley Phillips. Anderson from the back row sends a shot back over. And Davis could not get that ball to stay in. Kinsley Phillips will now serve for the Lady Knights. And that ball sent out. Score 19-10 here in set number one. Setting a hard shot. Will drop in on Robbinsville's side of the net. Alexis Davis jogs back to serve for the Lady Braves. Shot goes to Phillips. Ayers sets. Here comes Jimenez. And ball still in play. Bumped back over there by Cretan Arch. And a tip by Delaney Brooms does the trick. Ball dropped despite Cherokee's best efforts to keep it alive. It's now a 2011 set here tonight in Graham County. And that one's going to drop. And the point given to Robbinsville. Some communication issues there with the officials. They weren't sure what the call was. But it's now a 10-point set. Yeka Jimenez will serve. And Cherokee able to keep it alive, battling it off the net. Here comes Brooms on the outside, blocked. And Cherokee will revel in that victory. Hermione Ward and Aria First on the block for the Lady Braves, making it 21-12 here in set one. Julia Marie Lano now serving. Phillips with a return for the Lady Knights. Tip over the net. Still in play. First. And now Odom with a push to the back. Lano there to greet it, though. And there's Coco Wells hitting the ball on the outside, number 2. And there's Kelsey Waldrop, a senior for the Lady Knights, with a nice read and a nice tip. And in that hard-fought volley, it is 22-12 here in set number 1. Allie Ayers now serving again for the Lady Knights. And that shot did not end up the way Coco Wells envisioned it. Robbinsville 2 away from going up 1-0 in this contest. And Ayers serves it a little too hard. Point Cherokee, now 23-13. Lady Braves still trailing. Wells with a nice jump serve. Ayers bumps it over to Delaney Brooms. Ball still in play. There's Walking Stick with a nice return for Cherokee. Here comes Hallie Anderson off the back row. Wells the pass to first. Odom with a nice spike. Ball still in play though. Anderson passing to Ayers. Here comes Brooms. And Cherokee seemingly has worked out their back line defensive issues here early. And they'll even take that point. Delaney Brooms goes tumbling into Cherokee territory. It is 23-14 here in set 1. Coco Wells serving again for the Lady Braves. And that ball is going to drop in, point. Cherokee, and now it is 23-15. Phillips on the reception, that dig, and able to push the ball over the net. My goodness, off that mad scramble. Phillips again there to greet it. Ayers sets for Delaney Brooms. Blocked up front by Cherokee. Give the tip there to Mackenzie Reed and Arya First. Adds us down 23-16. High arcing serve will go out of bounds. And Delaney Brooms has a chance to close this set out for Robbinsville. So he comes up with on her serve. Ball greeted by Wells on the back row. Push over the net by Reed. Good read by Reed. And it's now 24-17 here in set 1. And that serve into the net will do it. Robbinsville goes up 1-0 in this contest. But the Robbinsville Lady Knights have more important matters to tend to on the court right now, leading Cherokee 1-0 as we begin set 2 in Smoky Mountain Conference action tonight at the high school. Odom with a nice reception. She'll fill that one tomorrow. Kinsley Phillips with a tip. And give that point to Robbinsville. No, I stand corrected. Officials have changed their call again. I'm sorry, folks. They're saying there was 4 touches on Robbinsville's side of the net. 1-0 Cherokee. I only counted 3, but of course, I went to Gilmer High School. I can only count above 2. Then I'll start getting a little fuzzy. Nice tip there by Hermione Ward. Point Cherokee, who now lead 2-0 here in set number 2. Brooms on a reception. That ball is trouble. And that'll for sure be for 3-0 Cherokee. Lady Braves coming out on a mission. And Brooms on the pass. Can't get anything going, and Katie Phillips has got to call a timeout. Cherokee leading 4-0 quickly here in set 2. Well, for sure right now, Cherokee's having some fun. It is 4-0 here in set 2. And that one goes to Brooms again, unable to get under it in the nick of time. 5-0 Lady Braves. Reception by Anderson. Air sets. Jimenez in the middle. And greeted on the back row there by Aoi Walking Stick. That ball goes out. Shot there by Wells, a little too powerful. And Robbinsville finally on the board here in set 1. It is 5-1 as Kinsley Phillips will begin to serve for the Lady Knights. Brooms with a nice shot over, but Cherokee there to receive it. Coco Wells again with a tip this time. Gets it past the Robbinsville defense. 6-1 Cherokee. Lady Braves thought they made some adjustments in the locker room. Dropping set 1, 17-25 to Robbinsville. Jimenez with a set. Won't see that too often. And Cherokee on its spike. It goes out. 6-2 your score for Yeka Jimenez as she goes back to serve. Here comes Brooms in the middle, sends a hard shot to the corner of the court. And it's now 6-3. High serve greeted by Cherokee. Here comes Odom from the back. And that's going to drop out. Point Lady Braves. Anderson rotating in at libero. Robbinsville stacking the back row 4 deep for defense. Hallie Anderson, Kinsley Phillips, Ivy Odom, and Delaney Brooms all await Julia Marie Lano's serve. And it's going to go out. Robbinsville still got some making up to, though. It's 7-4. Bailey Parham over there on the retrieval, one of the 2 managers this season for Robbinsville. The other, Odessa Trammell. Anderson to Ayers to Delaney Brooms. 2-3-1. And it gets the job done, 7-5 here in set 2. As we get a random snippet of the 90s theme hoop. There it is. And who knows where that's going to end up. It's going to be point Robbinsville. 7-6. Lady Knights have came back and almost have tied this set after going down 6-1 early. A shot in the middle by Ward. Fended off by Robbinsville, and now Anderson's going to send the ball back over for the Lady Knights. Cherokee doing a nice job up front of saving that ball if it gets tangled up in the net tonight. Odom with the shot back over, And I shot a little too much on it. And we're all tied up 7-7 here in set 2. That ball dropped straight over the net. Point Cherokee. It's 8-7 here in set 2. Seems to be some more communication issues. Coco Wells with a nice serve for the Lady Braves. Here comes Brooms sprinting up from the behind and still going. There's Ayers that time with a push. And Anderson comes in from the back row from behind, able to save it. Set by Ayers. Delaney Brooms guarded again. Cherokee's got that scouting pretty well, it seems. There's Zoe Schuler with a shot back over for the Lady Knights. Allie walking stick with a shot there. Here's Brooms. Tip. Blocked anyhow. Cherokee seems to have a response for everything Robbinsville's coming up with right now. Meanwhile, that tip worked out well for Cherokee. Mackenzie Reed, senior outside hitter, gives Lady Braves a 9-7 advantage here in set 2. And that ball squeaks over the net. Nobody ready for it. Robbinsville playing way back. Didn't expect that. It's a 10-7 set 2 in favor of the Lady Braves. Phillips receives, Ayers sets. Here comes Brooms running in. And another block up front. Aria first and Mackenzie Reed are causing Brooms to struggle, unfortunately. It's 11-7 here in set 2. There's Phillips again. Ayers passing over to Kelsey Waldrop. And there's a shot there by Reed. Drops in front of Allie Ayers. 12-7 Cherokee here in set 2. So after Robbinsville came back from a 6-1 deficit to tie at 7-7, Cherokee's now ran up a 5-0 run to pull away again here in set 2. And that shot by Kelsey Waldrop goes out. 13-7. Robbinsville looking for answers right now and aren't coming up with any. Here comes Ivy Odom. That ball clears the net. Walking stick in first, tried to block it, but ended up hurting the Lady Braves on that one. 13-8 here in set 2 for Delaney Brooms, who's now going to give a crack at serving. And a nice serve. Brooms will take the ace. Heads right back where she came from. And she'll try it again as Robbinsville now down 13-9. Ayers sets to Odom behind her. And Odom able to spike the ball back over. Green on the back row, however. Reed tipped at the net by Waldrop. And here comes Kinsley Phillips, who's going to push it over. First on the reception. There's Julia Lano setting. Shot from the back. Brooms keeping it alive. Ayers to Waldrop. Good pass. Waldrop able to send the ball over. And that time Cherokee couldn't get there in time. 13-10 Lady Braves. Odom to Ayers, and Kelsey Waldrop will take a shot, and it works. Well, I had a weird arc to it. 13-11 your score here in set 2. And looks like we're going to pause the game for just a moment. There's a wet spot somewhere on the floor. A lot of back and forth rallies in this second set. Robbinsville trying to battle its way back into things, down 13-11 after coming back to tie at 7-7. Brooms with a nice, hard, low arcing serve. Here comes Lano set. And shot back over. Ayers to Ivy Odom. Coco Wells able to bump the ball back over for Cherokee. Phillips tried to tip, and it stayed on their side of the net. Score is 14-11. Cherokee back in the driver's seat, up by 3. Set and a shot by Kinsley Phillips. Tip that time by Waldrop worked out. Nicely done. 14-12 here in set 2. Make sure you pick up a copy of the Graham Star each week, folks. That is your exclusive home for Robbinsville Athletics. We keep up with them all season long, providing all kinds of good coverage for the Lady Knights, the Black Knights, and, of course, the entire Graham County community. 14-13 now the score as Hallie Anderson serves up another good shot, but that's a little too powerful. Squeaks over the back of the court, and it's 15-13 for Creedon Arch, who's going to jog in to serve here in set number 2. That shot goes straight into the net. And Ivy Odom will now serve for Robbinsville. 15-14 is your score. Set and a hard shot back over by Wells. Phillips's spike was met. Airs to Jimenez. Another kill for the senior. Yeka Jimenez up front. And now we're all tied up again. It's 15-15 as Pam Bryant calls a timeout for the Lady Braves. Back with you here on Facebook Live. Sorry for the brief interruption. Cherokee gets the point and will pull back ahead 16-15 here in Graham County. Serve by Walking Stick. Nicely done. Here comes Phillips. Blocked at the net, but Cherokee couldn't do much more after that. And just like that, we're back to an even score of 16-16. High serve by Phillips. And shot in the middle by Alexis Davis. Does not clear the net. Robbinsville back in control. 17-16. It's anybody's set right now. And a tip by Brooms is snuffed out. What a nice sliding dig by Anderson, but Allie Ayers couldn't get there to help her out on the second touch. And now we're back at 17-17 here in set number 2 for Alexis Davis. Phillips just bumps the ball precisely back over the net. And that time, nobody there in that hole, right in the middle of the court. 18-17 in favor of Cherokee. Anderson greets that serve. Jimenez, yet another kill. Her hitting's been pretty accurate tonight, and she'll go back now to serve. 18-18 your score. Received by Walking Stick. Set goes to Aria first. And didn't look like a far vantage point. The ball dropped in. And the call will go to Cherokee. It is 19-18 here in set 2. Lano checks in to serve. Cherokee trails by 1. There's Phillips to Ayers, and Delaney Brooms comes sprinting in. Finds an open hole in between the front and back rows. And 19-19 your score. Allie Ayers. That ball drops in. Point, Robbinsville. That draws some jeers from the Cherokee fans. But the call will stand. It is 2019 here in set 2. Allie Ayers will do it again. Robbinsville trying to get out of this set with a 2-0 lead. Cherokee won't make it easy on them. Brooms, tip. Robbinsville will fight it off. Brooms again, this time with a shot. First sends the ball over. Phillips with a one-handed dig keeps it alive, and that time Brooms shot to the back row, greeted again. There's Coco Wells with a shot in the middle that'll get dropped down. Good work up front there by Waldrop. And it's 21-19 Robbinsville. Odom to Ayers, back to Ivy Odom. Push. Another good read. Odom's so good at reading that court. And Lady Knights have something to celebrate at long last here in set 2. They lead 22-19. That awareness up front paid off last time for Robbinsville. That time paid off for Cherokee. Coco Wells sends a shot screaming over for the Lady Braves. And Robbinsville didn't have any chance of saving that one. And it is 22-21 Lady Knights here in set 2. Coco Wells serves again, straight to Phillips. Has to back up and smack that one out of her face. And first on the shot there. Ball drops in between Odom and Ayers. And now Katie Phillips will have to call a timeout. Just like that, Cherokees came back and tied it 22-22. And we're back to an even score, 20-22. Kinsley Phillips channeling her inner matrix there to get out of the way of that ball. It is 23-22 for Delaney Brooms here in set 2. Bumped by Ayers, though. Kinsley Phillips. Set by Lano. Tipped by First. Ball still in play. Here comes Kinsley Phillips, but the ball returned. Lano tries to pull a little bit of chicanery up front. Nothing doing, though. Lano sets. On the outside, Mackenzie Reed bumps the ball over. Cherokee trying to get spread back out here as quickly as possible. Fighting off this surge. Waldroop gets the ball back over for Robbinsville that time. Anderson to Ayers to Ivy Odom. Ball still in play. Lano sets First with a shot that finds the back right corner of the court. Point Cherokee. It is 23-23 here in set 2. First serving for the Lady Braves. Here comes Phillips off of Ayers' set. Kinsley Phillips gets a K on the scorecard tonight. And at set point, Hallie Anderson looks to close out a tight set 2. Block at the net goes in Lady Braves' favor. And it's 24-24, so we're guaranteed some extra volleyball here in set 2. Creedon Arch jogs back to serve for the Lady Braves. Broom saved that one, sent it back over. And they're going to call that one on Cherokee. Got a little too close under the net. And Ivy Odom now with a chance to close it out for Robbinsville once again. 25-24 your score. Set by Arch, shot by Ward. Ball still in play though. Phillips with a push. Finds Walking Stick, who scampers back into position on the left outside corner. There's Jimenez. But Coco Wells saves that one from ending set 2. Brooms passing to Ayers. There's Jimenez in the middle. Ball game. Set 2 goes to Robbinsville. Lady Knights leading the match 2-0 after winning 26-24. Robbinsville leading 2-0 here in the contest as Cherokee trying to avoid a sweep here tonight in Graham County. And Creedon Arch will get things kicked off. Ivy Odom in the bottom left corner of your screen, returning the ball for Robbinsville. Set and shot by Jimenez. Big kill. Jimenez sent that one screaming over at about 200 miles an hour. 1-0 Robbinsville. Somewhere Jeb Schuler smiling because that one had more power on it than his changeup. 2-0 now your score. Give Odom an ace. That one received by Coco Wells. Shot in the middle. Comes up short. Robbinsville able to reply. There's Jimenez again. Here comes Arch sprinting in for the set. Push over the net by Ward. She'll scramble back into position as Kinsley Phillips gets to the ball. There's Brooms on the reception. Shot by Jimenez. Ball drops. And the point goes to Robbinsville. 3-0 Lady Knights here in set 3. Robbinsville came into this matchup with a record of 14-2. Lady Braves sitting at 8-8 in the Smoky Mountain Conference. Phillips coming in with a hard shot. Kinsley Phillips with a big kill. As Robbinsville doing his part up front here in the early going of set number 3. Odom will serve up the volley. 4-0 your score. And that kill in the middle will get Cherokee on the board. It's 4-1. Delaney Broom sends that one screaming out of bounds. And it's 4-2. Here comes walking stick to serve for Cherokee, but it'll be a net serve. Kinsley Phillips now serving. Only junior on the roster tonight for Robbinsville. Set by Ayers. Broom's blocked again. And Ward and Alexis Davis shutting down Brooms again up front. Robbinsville extending into this lead to 6-3. Jimenez will take over serving. Brooms tried to do some trickery there. Nothing doing, though. Ayers to Delaney Brooms again. That'll work. Delaney Brooms with a shot over the outstretched hand of Hermione Ward. 7-3. Robbinsville. Jimenez still serving for the Lady Knights. Once again, I want to thank you for tuning in here on Facebook Live. The Graham Star, of course, streaming Robbinsville Athletics all season long. A shot by Zoe Schuler goes flying out of bounds. 7-4 Cherokee ball, as Julia Lano will check in to take over serving duties on the back row. Phillips to Ayers. Here comes Delaney Brooms. Tip. Phillips comes screaming in again. There's Schuler this time on the tip. And point goes to Robbinsville. Can't leave those big holes up front like that. 8-4 Lady Knights in control. The turn there by Walking Stick, set by Ayers, tipped by Odom. But there to greet it was Aria first. Odom with that reception. Ayers passing over to Brooms. Ball still in play. Shot from the back. And it drops. Schuler tried to get a hand on it. Couldn't slow it down. 8-5 for Coco Wells as she jogs back to serve for Cherokee. (9-5) now for Brooms. And that one goes into the net. So back-to-back net serves. 9-6. Tilt goes back towards Cherokee. Set by Ayers. And a kill by Kinsley Phillips. 10-6. Ball back to Robbinsville as this seesaw set 3 continues. Anderson with a nice, low, powerful serve and digs that one out. Good work by Hallie Anderson. And Kinsley Phillips sends the ball all over the world. Robbinsville Still able to recover, though. Tip by Lano, and it goes out. 11-6, Robbinsville. And Pam Bryant calls another timeout for Cherokee. We'll pause here on Facebook Live. And welcome back here to Robbinsville High School. 11-6 your score in favor of the Lady Knights. Trying to close out set 3 and a sweep over Cherokee tonight in Smoky Mountain Conference action. And nothing Alexis Davis could do that time could save it. 12-6 now. Robbinsville is still in control. Hallie Anderson, senior libero for the Lady Knights, still serving. Odom sends that shot back over. Walking stick sets to Jimenez. My goodness, is Jimenez having a powerful night up front. 13-6, Robbinsville. Anderson passes to Alliers. Jimenez tips that time. And I think Cherokee was a little caught off guard by that, but they recovered nicely. Phillips sends a shot. That'll drop. Point. Robbinsville, 14-6. Katie Phillips likes what she's seeing here in set 3. Lady Knights won set 1, 25-17. And picked up a narrow 26-24 victory in set 2. And ball rolling around freely, awaiting Creedon Arch to scoop it up as she checks in. As we mentioned, we'll be here with you Thursday when Murphy makes a visit to Graham County. And after some road matches next week at Andrews and Hayesville, the Smoky Mountain Conference tournament will begin. I'm going to look up the date for that. That starts on Saturday, October the 16th. They'll go Saturday, Monday, and Wednesday, I believe is the schedule on that. Try to bring you the most coverage of that we can here on Facebook Live. Jimenez tries a tip. Drops over the net. Ball still in play. Ward tried some trickery. Nothing doing. 16-7 is your score here in set 3. Walking stick with a good tip. Brooms with a good save. Shot in the middle by Davis. Cannot set her up that well. She's a dangerous middle hitter. And Hermione Ward, not to be sold short, a dangerous outside hitter, showing that off. Set. Davis that time. Straight to Brooms. Tip over by Jimenez. Ball still in play. And it's going to drop. Robbinsville up by 10 now. It's 17-7. Lady Knights will gladly take an early exit tonight from the gym instead of having to play out 2 more sets. Get some rest before the big matchup Thursday against the Lady Bulldogs. Here comes Phillips. Blocked. Ball still in play. Jimenez. Ayers sends a tap over the net. Set. And walking stick denied at the net. Tip of the cap there to Yeka Jimenez and Ali Ayers. 18-7 your score here in set 3. And that one sent out of bounds by Arch. And Pam Brosgoff called another timeout. Robbinsville dictating everything right now. 19-7 as taken on a run begins to play by my favorite group, REO Speedwagon. Yes, folks, welcome back here on Facebook Live. 19-7 your score here in set 3. Ivy Odom patiently awaiting the chance to serve as senior Phoebe Rattler will check in for the first time tonight. Robbinsville trying to close out a sweep tonight against the Cherokee Lady Braves as action resumes here at Robbinsville High School. But Ivy Odom couldn't get there in time. Try as she might. The captain for the Lady Knights comes up short, and it's 19-8. Always walking stick will fire off a serve. Received by Rattler. Set. Here comes Jimenez. Tip. Ball still getting passed around, though. Coco Wells on the return for Cherokee. Here comes Phillips. Ball sent spinning over the net. Ayers to Hallie Anderson, and Kinsley Phillips blocked. But Robbinsville is keeping it alive. Sliding save there by walking stick. And that time Coco Wells sends a shot screaming near the student section tonight. As Cherokee trying to close down this humongous deficit they found themselves in. It was 19-7, now 19-9. Always walking stick serves again. Rattler's pass goes backwards, but Odom able to save it. Now Rattler's shot goes a little wide, 19-10. Anderson, Ayers sets and sends it back over. And that one is out of the reach of Ivy Odom, 19-11. So Cherokee on a nice little 4-0 run, getting the Lady Braves ever closer to resuming control tonight. Set, and here comes Kinsley Phillips. Blocked up front, Ayers. Jimenez. Phillips blocked again, but a lot of moving parts there. Here comes Jimenez again, hard shot. Walking stick sends it into the nosebleeds. 20-11 here in set 3. And Kinsley Phillips goes back to serve with Robbinsville needing just 5 more to close out a sweep tonight of the Lady Braves. Robbinsville cooking here lately on a very lengthy win streak. Set, Jimenez, spike, kill, point Robbinsville, 21-11. And we have a child on the court. Wait for that child to get out of harm's way. Cherokee gets that point, and it's now 21-12. Robbinsville eyeing the finish line, but got to do a little bit more work to close out the sweep tonight. another child running across the court off screen here. That one just barely ekes the net. Nothing Robbinsville could do for that. 21-13 is your score. Anderson to Ayers. Here comes Rattler. She's going to send it back over. Walking stick comes sliding in from the back to receive it. And that shot by Coco Wells, dug out by Anderson. Jimenez sends a shot back over. There's a good hard shot by Ward, who bumped into the net. But the ball drops. Point. Cherokee 21-14 is now your score. Odom with the return for Robbinsville, set by Arch, and a tip at the net by Aria first. 21-15 is your score. Lenny Brooms checks back in for Phoebe Rattler on the back row. I line him up 4 deep for Alexis Davis. And Davis comes right in and gets a serve over the net. Anderson tried to dig it out. 21-16 on the ace. Received, set. Delaney Brooms with a hard shot. Walking stick, frustrated she couldn't get to that one. What about G4 on that? And it's 22-16. Jimenez serves the ball. Robbinsville just 3 away from the W tonight. The ball tipped out. Point, Lady Knights. Jimenez always so happy. Rarely do you ever see her without a smile on her face. It's hard not to be excited right now for this Lady Knights program. Had a rough patch last year during the COVID-shortened season. Going 10-4, missing the playoffs after winning the Smoky Mountain Conference title just 2 years before that. Robbinsville 1 point away from improving to 15-2 this year. Jimenez with another shot. There's Aria first, greeted by Brooms. Ayers passes back to Brooms. Ball sent off the fingertips of Cherokee. That's going to do it, folks. Robbinsville sweeps the Lady Braves in the rematch. Your final score tonight, 17-25, 24-26, and 16-25. Thank you for tuning in here on Facebook Live. We will be with you Thursday for the Murphy Lady Bulldogs and the Robbinsville Lady Knights Smoky Mountain Conference title implications. Good night, everybody, from Graham County.